So hello everybody, myself Ravan Shehrawat, and I'm here to give the presentation on the case study of Royal DSM creating a chief marketing officer position in a B2B firm for MBA 214, which is marketing and management. So let's begin. So I'd like to start with the introduction about the Royal DSM. So as you all see on the screen, DSM stands for Dutch States Minings. So Royal DSM is it's a global and purpose-led company and like different things for different purposes, which is like health, nutrition, and biosciences, applying sciences to improve the health of people, animal, and the environment or the plants. So DSM's purpose is to create brighter lives for everybody around them. So little bit about the company's background. The Royal DSM was founded in Netherlands in early 19s as a coal mining company. So they mined coal from 1906 to 1973. So their first produced coke oven gases in 1921. And later on in 1930s, they expanded into the plastic and started caprolactam production in 1950s. So polyethylene and millennium in the 1960s. And then later on, they started restructuring and diversifying in the 1980s into specialty chemicals. As you can see in the image on the screen, the evolution of DSM. First, they are in the coal mining thing, and then fertilizer, then petrochemical, and then like they are evolving, and now they deals in biomaterials and biologics. So later on, as we can see in 1990s, DSM transforming into petrochemicals, life sciences, and performance materials. So let's go to next slide. So let's I'd like to introduce about my case, what I have to in the case analysis and everything. So in this, like Royal DSM, it's a firm which had come a long way since its humble beginning in 1902 as a coal mining firm, and with the growth in various sectors and selling its petrochemical business in 202 and its base chemical and its base business, which is base business is chemical business in 2010, they sell that. So now the case is that the company was organized in four clusters, which are nutrition, performance materials and polymer intermediates and pharma. So the company was listed on the Euronext stock exchange, and its share price has increased fivefold in the past 25 years. So here it is, like the DSM here in this case, like as on the previous slide, the DSM was leading its role in every point, expecting in sales and marketing. So as a CMO to bring the DSM change in its corporate marketing and in its corporate marketing B2B firm. So it's Adare's duty. So by 2010, it was clear to CEO Faik Sibjima that DSM needed to differentiate better from competition and become more customer centric across its different clusters and geographics. So the case is divided into three parts, which examine the change management, restructuring challenge of putting the corporate marketing at the top of the corporate executive suite, which is C-class suite in a business-to-business multinational. So the first part of the case begins by highlighting the culture and organizational structure of Royal DSM. And the second part focuses on the implementation journey during the period 2011 to 2014. And then the final part of the case provides an update on challenges that lies ahead for new CEO and the organization. So here is the business model and the SWOT analysis which I performed for my case analysis thing. So the concept of DSM is clear. They are divest in petrochemicals and increase foothold in the life sciences products and performance material industries. So their capabilities are they are decentralized and ICT is able to adapt to a changing business environment. So ICT has a cross-industry outlook that is able to support innovation process. So the capability, another capability of them is like they are small, reliable supply base, which they can like, it's a reliable supply base basically. And the third capability is they use one jump strategy in the case, which allows for immediate transition and intergeneration. So the value, basically, that's the third part of the business model and most important. So they are very diversified. They got a very diversified portfolio for like a long-term growth and sustainability. So I'll I'll give you the little bit of summary on my SWOT analysis which I performed. So the strengths of DSM are like they got newer and cheaper products in the market, like as compared to their competitors. They got vision of like 2005 and vision of 2010 because they are like very like they come in this field like very early, as I told in the previous slide. So, and the third thing is that they use one jump strategy. So the second part of the SWOT analysis, the second the box is the weakness. So their weakness is they lack in the information flow and control. So they are lacking in control and they are not able to control their information flow. It's flowing massively, which is like massive expenditure on additional growth in petrochemicals. And they are like very decentralized and non-standardized. And the third weakness of their is their IT department. So let's move to the third box of the SWOT analysis, which is their opportunities. Their opportunities is that they could increase focus and value towards the critical business units because they are through in this business like from 2005. And the second opportunity for them is the globalization. They can go global. They can like expand globally. It could stay in Europe or expand like globally, you know. And the third is like growth in their local strategic partnership, which is called as LSP approach. And the fourth and the last part of the SWOT analysis is the threat. So their threat is like somewhere related to their weakness strategy, which is like divestment of business units and divestments are different in IT structure among business units and loss of market shares. They got a very big loss in market shares, as I shared the PDF of case study. You can see in that reaction to price pressure or exchange or change approach to divestment acquisition. So acquisition and merger of oil giants, you know, they got like bigger competitors than them. So let's move to the next page. So these are the problems I have like seen I have find in the case study. So these are the problems the DSM is facing. So the problem were more of strategic in nature. So for the first problem, how is an effective market plan? I find the solution for that. The topic of like the MNS excellence moved on main agenda. So like Arades and his team spent a considerable amount of time in designing a tailored roadmap for every business group leader. So the Arades team modified the portfolio of the service offered by the corporate marketing and started to build expertise in the area. So the second question is, what are the different roles and responsibilities of the corporate marketing function in an industrial B2B company? So like the key marketing role is like after they rebranded from DSM to DEMS, the challenge for the marketing and sales department was clear that DSM needed to upskill its people and broaden its view on the marketing professionals. So one of the most important priorities was enhancing capability and professional developments. So what role? So the third question is, what role do you think failure of strategy is playing in B2B firm? So the main role is the this the one of the most important priority, which is the enhancing capability and professional development. I think this is the main role where DSM is failing in B2B as a B2B firm. What triggers the need in a B2B company to build best in class marketing capabilities at the corporate level? So this formed the basic basis of a long-term improvement program. So headed by DSM's Marketing and Sales Excellence Center. To close this initial gap, DSM introduced a series of training, which is like uh, the marketing training thing, in the case. So the possible solution could be sustainable marketing, where organizational commitment to a sustainability and to positive relationship with their customer communities and the planet. So here's the concept and the things I would like to suggest to the DSM if I am on the Harari's position. So I made the IT map as the impact map of the for this DSM firm. So first they have to, if they want to do the incremental improvement, they need to focus, because focusing on the petrochemical as a core business to compete with global competitors. And secondly, if they want to like process the design and business, so they have to restructure their business model. So by restructuring, I mean the business and the company standardizing the thing. So the third thing is if they need to emerge the different opportunities, they need to divesting the petrochemicals. Then they need to transform to the LSP, the least step approach, and PM companies. And which is and in the final lab, then DSM can like get achieve their goal, which is totally the business transformation. So these are the questions I found I can like answer. So if I would be like in the place of in Adare's shoes, what would you take the offer to become a CMO? So personally, if I would be in the place of Adare's shoes and I've been the offer to become a CEO, I would have accepted the offer uh, from the DSM for the post of CMO, because the company thought that there is a need for a person with unique profile who had a good and proven track record in the areas of both like marketing and sales, and a person who is capable of understanding the dynamics of the business for a diversified company like DSM. Along with the above said requirements, the company also required that the person for the CMO post should have all such interpersonal skills and who can motivate the employees. So, DSM requires a strong person like Adari for the post, who have like sufficient experience as well as credibility with the company. So the second question is like, would you why did the new CMO hit a roadblock at the end of the year? So personally, I think like after taking up the post of Adari, uh, formed a single team of 30 people to support his efforts and execute his action plan. Prior in 2010, as I explained in the case, there were three DMO teams on e-commerce pricing and new product launches, which operate independently. So now Adari brought them all together and form a team to encourage transparency and communication. So basically his main goal is to create motivation, or like motivating environment, and as a whole create a great marketing place. So DSM, DSM excellence in marketing and sales with a new structure, which consists of the four function program and four enablers. So following these residents, Adade was confused and puzzled about the roadmap and was worried about its implementation, and he thought that he had hit a roadblock. So in the end, I would like to conclude. So like in order to conclude the case, it can be said that Royal DSM faced challenges to increase the growth in the sales and marketing, not only creating an ideal operational model. It brought changes in DSM. The impact of the sales and marketing to its brand have seen like growth since 2011 till now. So this is the like I'd like to conclude in this space. So thank you so much. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you.